We've now been joined by Dillon, who's the driver of number 3 Bass Pro Shops Tracker Boat Chevrolet in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. And Ty is the defending race winner here at Indianapolis. And also, Ty, last year you had the chance not only to win the race, but take home the $100,000 Dash for Cash bonus. Unfortunately, you're not qualified for this race, but talk a little bit about your memories from last year, and then hopefully the run you can have on Saturday to be qualified for the next Dash for Cash at Bristol later next month.
Yeah, it just brings back memories. Coming back, sitting in this seat. Last time I was in it, I was soaking wet with sweat and beer and water and everything, and loving this AC because it was so hot that day. But it feels great to be back. It was such an emotional win for me to get my first Xfinity win. I didn't really know that I'd won the Dash for Cash till the race was over, and then they bring the big check and the money's going everywhere, so that was an added bonus. But the coolest thing was to be able to get a win here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, one of the most historic tracks there is, and put my name among the list of winners. That's such a special racetrack. Also, my whole family was here. My wife and everybody on my side of the family was here. So that was really special that we all got to kiss the bricks together. My brother was sitting in the stands watching. I guess he's not out there this year, but it was just a real big, special moment for me, and it feels great to come back here. I have a lot of confidence coming back. I've ran well here every year. Got a little bit different of a rules package, so we'll have to adjust a little bit, but I have all the confidence in the world coming to this racetrack and feeling like I can go back-to-back.
And you mentioned Austin briefly running. Austin's ran, several Xfinity races this year. Do you enjoy racing against him in the Xfinity Series? Obviously, you've made some starts in the Sprint Cup Series as well. What's it like when the two of you are able to race against each other?
Yeah, I've enjoyed it, but he's kicked our butt pretty much every time he's ran. He's I think the couple years of Cup experience and being able to come back to the Xfinity Series has been great for him and great for his confidence. It's helped him in both series, and he's really had speed no matter what car he's in the Xfinity Series. So that's always a really good thing to see, and it's definitely helped our program as an Xfinity program, getting everybody really fast, and we ran really well last week, and I think we're on the right path to, as our 3 team, as getting back in victory lane and cutting some of these points off. I think this summer stretch we're really going to take off. So this is what our team really lives for, is these 15, 16 weeks in a row to really gain some points and be solid, and hopefully by the end of this stretch we'll have the points lead again.
All right, let's go ahead and take questions for Ty. We'll start up front and make our way to the back.
Hey, Ty, Jared Turner, FoxSports.com. Just a couple things. How would you kind of assess your season to date? Obviously you're in the mix for the championship, but you're shooting for a lot. And then secondly, the latest on your plans for next year. I just wondered if you could kind of update.
Yeah, this year's been up and down. It's we started off on fire and jumped out to an early points lead. The first 4 races or so were great for us. Then it seemed like the next 5 or so, we really took a big step back. Things weren't really going the way we wanted to, and whether we were just putting too much pressure on ourselves at that moment in the season, things just weren't working right for us, and it was kind of time for us to make a change. I think that me and Danny were we're too stressed out every weekend, and we're both very, very competitive people, and I don't know if we're great friends, but I just don't know that our chemistry was working with that amount of pressure on us to maintain that points lead and try and get a win. We needed to change something in both teams, and I think we did the right decision. Me and Nick really worked well together, and we have a great relationship like me and Danny had, and our chemistry fits, and Nick's got a little bit different approach to things than Danny, and I think our personalities in a pressure situation create a little bit better chemistry for us to go forward and win races. And here lately, the last couple of weeks, we've really turned it on. We've had solid weeks, and that's just what we need to build confidence, to be able to get back in victory lane. Last week was a really good week for us. Probably should have finished 5th, ended up 6th, knocked some points off of it. And hopefully the 9 and the 60 kind of keep backpedaling a little bit while we're trucking forward here. So we're going to turn up the wick. Right now I'd rate it at a C, because I wanted my expectations were to come in this year lead the points all the way through and dominate the series and have it locked up by 2 or 3 races to go. So I'm a little disappointed in that, but we're still in it. By no means are we out, and we're very much in contention. So that's also a good thing. But then moving on to your next question about next year, nothing's really changed yet. No announcements yet, but we're still working, and the plan is still to be in Cup full time.
All right, we'll go to Stan.
Hi, Stan Creekmore with RPMtonight.com. When you look back at that win here last year, from a driver's standpoint, what was the best part of making a run around here? What was it better than any other racetrack at any point?
Yeah, it was. It was so unique. I ran in the top 3 or 4 all day, and we made a little bit of a gamble, and we were kind of risking it on fuel. I think Kyle Busch was behind us, and he had a little bit fresher tires than us. So I knew I had to be perfect, and I knew that moment in that race was going to do a lot for me as far as confidence and do a lot for me as a driver as far as opening people's eyes. So, I really took the challenge, and I knew I had to be a machine. I knew I had to be perfect every lap. And if I messed up just a small amount, I could look in my mirror, and Kyle was there. And I knew from that point on that I was having to be perfect to the end of the race and still worried about running out of fuel. And then once when I was coming to the checkered off of 4 and realizing I was about to win the race at Indianapolis, and you're looking down this historic front stretch, and it's like it just all hits you, and you're like, holy cow, I just did this. And I get back to victory lane, get on the front stretch, do your burnout, and then I realized that my AC had been out the whole race, and it was very humid. And I got out of the car, and the first thing I could say is I need a water. I had to sit down. I was exhausted. And I think when you try so hard, when you want something so bad to win a race, you forget about what your body's doing. You forget how you feel. And then all of a sudden, once the adrenaline kind of wears off, I was hurting. It took me a while to recover. I don't know if anybody was in victory lane for a while when I was there. But I had to sit down. My body just wasn't recovering. And then eventually I came around and was able to celebrate. And it was just a cool moment. My whole family was there. We got to kiss the bricks. It's remarkable to sit back and think about what happened. And then I also want to do it again this year. So I think the only thing better would be able to do it in a Cup car here.
All right, we're going to go to Woody in the back, please, and then we're going to come back up front.
Woody came with MRN Tire. Tell us a little bit about Iowa coming up. You feel like you've got things moving in the right direction now. Good week last week. You always run good here. You've had good success there. I think a 14th or something earlier this year. Tell me about racing in Iowa.
Yeah, earlier this year, Iowa, I can't really remember what happened. I think we were running pretty good, and we had some kind of issue. It was kind of one of those stretches where nothing could possibly go right for us at the moment. And but Iowa's a track that I look at that I should be able to win every time I go there. I have lots of confidence, just like I feel here. And I kind of looked after Daytona. I saw these 3 or 4 races in a row as races that we needed to get top 5s or win. And I think we can definitely do that. And Iowa should be a good opportunity for us coming up. And I think this stretch is really going to prove a lot for our team of what we're going to make coming down to the end of this thing.
All right, we'll take our next question, and then we'll take our final question from Chris. Go ahead.
Jonathan Merriman, NASCAR.com. Todd, can you tell us your reaction when you found out the rules package here was going to change? Obviously, winning the first race here last year, you guys hit something that worked. Are you excited about the high drag package, or would you rather it not have changed?
When I first heard it, I mean, obviously I didn't want to see anything changed. I don't have any problem with this place and the way it races. But I was a little disappointed, but NASCAR's we're just trying to make our sport better. So I'm behind NASCAR with every decision they make, and we're all on the same track. We all have the same rules package. So just got to figure out the way to do it better. And but then after just talking to my brother on the way over here, he said it's same old Indianapolis. So I kind of gave a little small fist pump, and I think we'll just there'll be some subtle changes, but hopefully we'll be able to pick up where we left off.
All right, we'll take our final question from Chris.
CurseNightCatchfans.com. Ty, this 15-race stretch is pretty grueling, including 3 road course races during the month of August. Was there tracks last year that you guys felt like that you really needed to concentrate this on this year to put you back in the championship hunt?
Somewhat, but I think what got us last year in the stretch, what kind of lost us a little bit of ground, was we had a couple mechanical failures. We had a steering box go out at Mid-Ohio running 4th or 5th. I missed a gear in Road America, and lost 2nd and 3rd gear running into the top 6 or 7 there, and that lost us a ton of points too. So I think we just got to keep our mistakes minimized. We've had speed at all the tracks in this stretch, so and for whatever reason, RCR, we're always a great and well-prepared team. We don't have many failures, and so we look forward to this stretch. We feel like it's the time where people will start making mistakes as far as working on their cars and have mechanical issues through the stretch, and we feel like we won't, knock on wood. But this is an opportunity for us to take ground, and for me, it doesn't get exhausting. I grew up running 5 or 6 races a week for months in a row, so it doesn't bother me racing every single weekend. I wish we could do it the whole year. My wife wouldn't like that, but I would enjoy it. So this is the moment for us. This stretch coming up is going to make or break our championship run, and I'm fully set on winning a bunch of races and getting this points lead.
All right, Ty, we appreciate your time today. We wish you
thank
the best of luck this weekend.
Appreciate it.